Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of my Out of the Park of Baseball 21 series with the Colorado Rockies. And now right off the jump you might notice that I'm a little further into where I usually begin the offseason video, if anyone's even paying attention or just kind of even looking out for next video, because it's definitely been a little bit since I posted this series at all, kind of a month. And that's basically because I'm just going to re-record what I have to the offseason so far. I started to record kind of this episode within the kind of the last time frame when I posted, so like a month ago. Started recording the beginning of this video and basically just got busy. Didn't end up finishing it, and then I was kind of looking back at it to try to figure out where I was, what I was doing, to kind of go forward from there, continue what was going to be this episode. But pretty much what I had before, that was pretty much just garbage, and I didn't think it'd go cohesive with what I'm about to do anyway, so I decided to scrap it and just kind of start over. It wasn't really that important anyway, I figured. But continuing with the Rocky series here. I should be posting pretty regularly, which is definitely good. Excited to do that. Should be about for the next 2 months or so that I post pretty regularly. Basically college semester is over, so I have lots of time to make videos, do that sort of thing. And with kind of that in mind, if anyone has any suggestions of games that they want me to play, or anything else that anyone would think that I could do that'd be interesting, definitely shoot in the comments or something. Let me know, because I'd definitely be looking for something to do. Definitely going to be looking to post a bunch of things kind of in this period of free time that I have. So I think that's basically all I wanted to address before going into this, and then we're just going to jump here into the game. So Garrett Richards, he had decided to not execute his player option, if you remember, and we kind of brought him in as a buy low guy, and just decided not to execute the option, which is fine with me. Barely got any action. 11 starts, was awful in those starts, even was awful in the minor leagues in his rehab time. So that was basically a failed experiment. So that really doesn't matter here. Our owner, not really happy with our goals here. We're just looking to improve the team. Don't really care about the owner goals too much. Bunch of personnel left, basically. We're here November 14th, as you can see here. We'll just quick go over kind of what happened here. Brewers swept the Angels in the World Series, so you have that there. Here, look at some around the league kind of stuff. Luis Arias, batting champion. He's been pretty good. He's actually been the batting champion for the past 3 years. Big contact hitter here, so kind of no surprise there. You go down Alvarez, he hit 61 homers. Bobby Dalbec 51. I'm definitely going to try to get this around the league stuff in. Kind of more context for because I just think that's kind of more fun. I look at it myself anyway, so figured, might as well start showing in the videos here. Bobby Dalbec, he had over 50 homers. He had a fantastic year for us. Definitely hoping he builds off that. Decent defensive third baseman. Huge year for him. He'll be an important building block for our team here. Basically a lot of guys you'd expect in real life are just here in these leaders. Lindor, 162 RBI went away. I think he'd be in the leadoff spot or something, Cleveland, so it's kind of surprising. Juan Soto here, Arias, Betts, Lux, Jimenez, Trout, Acuna Jr. Soto was the best, most valuable player by WAR there. He hit 57 homers himself, yeah. And he should definitely win AL MVP. It's like Soto, Albies. Those guys to be 10. Here's Arenado, our old friend. He's in the AL MVP race there. At least it should be, or maybe, I don't know, who knows. With that WAR, Lindor should win. Almost double the WAR of Arenado. Well, not almost double, but still good chunk ahead of him. We have another guy here I see, Sam Hilliard, tie for the lead in triples. He is a huge 6'5", 250, but he is stupid fast. I think I mentioned that before. 75 speed, so not kind of surprising there. He is definitely can move for how big he is. Strikeouts, Bobby Dalbec. He strikes out of 10. No secret to that. Don't really see anyone else in here for kind of batting leaders. Bobby Dalbec here in isolated power. He was just one of the best power hitters of the game here this year. And then pitching wise, I would be absolutely shocked if we had anyone in here. Oh, here we go. Jose Gonzalez save percentage. Not a really important stat there, but saves really don't mean much analytic-wise. You just want to use your best relievers in the most high-leverage spots. But yeah, Jose Gonzalez, he was fantastic for us. It was good to see that our international signing panned out right there. So yeah, he's been good. I think that's pretty much all for around the league. I doubt we'll really have any pitching leader guys in here throughout the course of the series. Now we're going to go quick cover some stuff. We made some personnel changes. Here we brought in new manager Alex Cora. I don't remember how many of these guys here are new. Mark Pryor might be new as our pitching coach. Nope, he was here last year. And Miles Hardy, I think, was also our hitting coach. Yeah, couldn't really find any better guys here. Bud Black's, his contract expired, which I had to bring in Alex Cora here. Analytically minded manager here. Doesn't really steal a bunch, which I like. Shifts a lot. Doesn't really pinch hit, which is kind of interesting in the National League, but we'll kind of see how that plays out a little bit. Quick hook, which I like, and not as aggressive base runner, but he'll be fine for basically what we're trying to do here. He has pretty decent relationship with the team, and you can see kind of how he thinks things will shake out, how he wants things to shake out. And then we're kind of pending on some minor league coaches there. And then here, going to go in salary arbitration quick. I didn't re-up Kyle Freeland. He's got a partially torn UCL. He is done for 4 months, so basically the whole offseason. His running is tanked. His career is basically over, at least in my mind. He was awful in the games he did pitch in this year, so no reason to bring him back. Santella, he was okay. We'll re-up with him, I guess. Almonte, he's been good. Kind of a bunch of our bullpen arms here. Castillo just bringing him back for another year. Diaz bringing him back. Jeff Hoffman, not bringing him back. Pagan, no. McMahon, no. Even though he didn't really play that much. He's been good, just very limited playing time. Garrett Hampson, no reason to not bring him back for another year. Just a depth guy. Rodgers, he was awesome this past year. And then Tony Walters, I'm not going to offer him back. I don't even think he wants to come back, if I remember correctly. Yeah, he doesn't. So that is that. Trying to think what else I need to go over here before we kind of move on. Oh yeah, awards. Pretty much I wouldn't expect us to win anything here. But here, just scroll through here quick. Former Rocky here, DJ LeMahieu. He wins a Gold Glove here for the A's, which is kind of interesting. Not New York anymore. Looks like he left after the 2020 season. He's a free agent in real life here. So he leaves. Let's see what else we got going here. Any of our guys, I wouldn't really expect anyone to win a Gold Glove. No. You got Zach Pop, AL reliever, NL reliever. Wow, no Jose Gonzalez. That's kind of interesting. I expected that. He was the only guy who even thought could maybe get an award here. Austin Hayes here, Silver Slugger DH. Kind of interesting there. In Detroit. All players. I wonder how the Orioles lost him. Here we go. We got the Platinum Stick winners for NL. Alec Baum here. Looking pretty good right here. Playing some first base for the Phillies. Bobby Dalbec. There we go. Platinum Stick third base. Okay-ish. Defensive third baseman. Fantastic season. Hopefully you can be a better back for the future for us. Krylov was AL Rookie of the Year. And then now here looking at NL Rookie of the Year, Tristan Cashes. He's actually here, which is pretty good. I actually forgot that he had rookie eligibility this year. It's definitely been a while since I played this game. He was pretty decent for us. Good looks there. Rocco Baldelli here wins American League Man of the Year for the Twins. They've been really good. Kind of so far in this save. And then Dave Roberts, no surprise, Dodgers are incredible. E-Rod wins the AL Cy Young. Actually a lot of Red Sox here. It looks like E-Rod getting votes, and then Brian Mata and Chris Sale both getting some votes here. So their staff was definitely pretty good. Lots of Rays here, so a lot of AL East representation. Ohtani there, Bieber there. Lots of guys you expect. DeGrom picks up another Cy Young here. And then basically a bunch of Dodgers guys. May, Bueller, Alex Wood. All getting some votes here. Pretty standard there. Lots of guys on a lot of the best teams. Lindor takes home AL MVP. I mean, we kind of expected that one. I think there's numbers there. Ozzy Albies, he takes it home for the NL. Soto second, Betts third on the Nationals, of course. With when we started this, there's no Dodgers extension for him when we started this, so came free agent, decided to sign with Washington, and so he's with them now. I don't think there's really anything else. I think I covered all of the stuff for now, so we're just going to go ahead and skip ahead kind of the beginning of free agency. Oh, actually, one thing I did remember is kind of where I was planning on taking the direction kind of the team. So as you can see, or not even as you can see, just as you would know, we play in Colorado. We don't have, the most fantastic, I don't know. Our hitters are probably pretty good on average. Pretty good offensive skills with these guys, but basically, we are in Coors, so we do have that massive boosted effect of playing in Coors. So that always helps, and I'm definitely kind of wanting to go into the direction of kind of fixing our defense. We were the worst team in the entire National League by defensive efficiency, pretty much way back in zone rating. Didn't make many errors, which is just kind of a testament into the kind of analytic defensive mindset in itself, because you look at errors right away and be like, this team only 69 errors this season, which is pretty good. Second least errors in the league. Wow, they must be a pretty good defensive team. And actually, that's just not the case, because while we didn't make many errors, our zone rating was awful. The guys that we have just can't cover that much ground out there, kind of at their positions. Pretty sure Josh Lowe, he was negative zone rating. There's probably a better way to do this here. We'll look at fielding stats here. We'll just sort by zone rating. We really only had a few plus defenders. We had Cassius, who has a pretty decent zone rating at first base, but that's first base, not the most valuable defensive position on the field, of course. Contreras, pretty decent zone rating there behind the plate, even though his catcher ratings aren't the best, although I don't think his ability and arm rating, they definitely wouldn't correlate the zone rating. He's a pretty young catcher. He should be fairly athletic still, at least I'd imagine. Jeter Downs, he was pretty decent, a plus defender there at shortstop. Taylor Trammell, plus defender in left field and center field. Yeah, he was bad defensively in center field, but we're going to be playing in left field from now on, so that doesn't really matter. Grant K, he can kind of play anywhere-ish. He's going to be a plus zone rating there at third base. Welker, he played 2 games, but he had a plus zone rating. Then here you have some guys. Cal Mitchell didn't play a ton. At least he didn't play a ton of outfield. He was mostly a pinch hitter for us. Played some corner outfield. Actually was better in right than left. He's not a good defensive guy. Bishop, who's supposedly, a good center fielder. He was good. He was good defensively in Baltimore, but just not with us. For some reason, his ratings, you'd think he'd be a pretty good defensive center fielder, good range, but he just, didn't play well defensively. That's for some reason. Maya wasn't even good somehow defensively. With zone rating wise, he's catcher ERA and that kind of stuff. It was much better than Contreras. And then Hilliard, he was just -1, and that's mostly attributed to his time in center field, which he didn't really play it, but we'll definitely kind of figure that out as we go. Dalbeck, kind of meh. Josh Lowe, kind of meh. And here's kind of the big kicker here. Brendan Rodgers just cannot get it done at shortstop. -12. Definitely just not good at all. So see, that's kind of one of the things that we're going to be having to make a decision here, who we want to kind of deal away and how we want to kind of fix our team and be better defensively, because we definitely could create much more value with that, because these guys up the middle, Downs and Rodgers were very good at the plate respectively, according to their positions, but defensively Rodgers is awful. You cannot stick that guy at shortstop every day and just count on him, because if we are even improved to the 7th best defensive team, then we're gonna be in a lot better position, a lot better baseball team. So it'll be important for us to kind of make that improvement. I think that's a pretty easy improvement. But, the thing is with that, kind of deciding what moves we're going to make to kind of get better defensively, because obviously we have Rodgers and Downs both on the roster, and that means one of them's probably going to have to go. Downs can't play the outfield at all. I know I just looked at Rodgers' kind of ability, and he can play a little bit of outfield. I am kind of confused why Rodgers is kind of as bad as he is defensively at shortstop. His infield range is 55. He's only 26, so I think that he'd be able to play at least a competent. I mean, I guess his regular speed isn't that fast, but I mean, you'd think that he'd be fine, at least at shortstop, but he's not. So going forward, we're gonna have to really think about that. Who we're gonna move. I'm pretty sure I did talk about last year using Josh Lowe as kind of utility guy. Can play all of the outfield positions basically. We wouldn't really want him to play a bunch of center field, but he could definitely play it in the pinch. He could also play corner infield. So that's definitely going to be something we're going to be looking out for. So catches or downs, either or Dalbeck, either go down. He could easily fill in there, be a good pinch hitter off the bench. So yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at, and I think I'll go toward free agency. Because we're definitely not trying the non-tender Downs or Rodgers. So definitely go towards free agency more, and kind of see what's available there and go from there on what we're gonna do. I think we have a decent bit of money to spend here, so that shouldn't be a problem. So we'll head towards free agency and see what kind of upgrades we can make. All right, so we're here at the first day of free agency. Here are the international guys. Take a look at these guys real quick. You usually can find at least a decent guy or two in here. In previous OTB games, I've probably definitely mentioned this, but you can definitely find better international, good international guys at a better clip than you can now. But still, you can definitely find some useful guys here, mostly relievers in my experience in this year's game. That can really help your team out. So no one there. You go in the regular free agency guys from the MLB here and see who's kind of available here. Wow, and it looks like there is quite a bit available here, at least kind of speaking with good players here, or highly rated players I should say. Xander Bogaerts, here's a guy, good shortstop, but he wouldn't help our defensive problem at all. I mean, he was pretty decent, -1.5 zone rating with Boston this year. See, that's the thing, because I guess his arm's better than Rodgers, I guess, which makes him a better candidate to stick at shortstop. It doesn't have great range, but has a better arm, so it probably makes better plays that way. From the shortstop positions, kind of look at infield right here. If there's anyone who's available, Iglesias, he's a good defensive shortstop here. Wasn't fantastic. But still was plus. Don't know if I want to bring a guy like him in. Rojas, he was even more plus than him. It's interesting because I don't necessarily like his ratings as much. He can't really hit though. He did have the best offensive season of his career. It looks like he's 33. I think he could be an interesting guy to bring in. Who are our bench infield bats again? I don't even remember at this point. K, Walker, so not guys who can really play backup shortstop. So I think we're going to go ahead and, we need to do that. So yeah, I think I might just offer up him anyway, I think here, because, Crawford, he's 35, is he even a good defender anymore? No, not really. He was a below average, and Washington this year looks like, Segura's not good defensively. Freddie Galvis this year, which is kind of interesting. He doesn't have the most awesome range, according to this. Looks like, wow, he played the KBO this year. Didn't even play in the majors this year. Bad offensive season last year, which is interesting because I've seen Freddie Galvis be pretty good, kind of in the game simulation here. I've had him in other saves I played. I kind of bring him in as a decent defensive shortstop, and he has actually had seasons with below, with a over 100 WRC plus. So it's kind of interesting that Kiner Fluffy can play shortstop. No way. Wow, yeah, somehow. I wouldn't really play him as shortstop, but apparently he can physically play the position. But yeah, honestly, I think Rojas might be the move. We pick him up. He's definitely the best option available here overall, I think. I mean, Dansby Swanson, he's not really a shortstop at this point in this game. But yeah, so I think honestly we'll go with Miguel Rojas, at least offer him a contract. He wants 6 years. Definitely not going to do that. I'd do like a 2-year deal. Would he do like 6.5 for 2 years? No. What if we gave him like the 7.5-ish that he wanted before, just for 2 years? No, still doesn't want 2 years. I think we might sit on him then, because I don't think, or at least I don't think I've even ever seen anyone offer him that much. He's usually here for a while in free agency. Now here we go. Here's really the question here, because like we have DeGrom here who's available. He's 34, coming off another Cy Young season. But I don't know if the most realistic thing. Okay, well he doesn't even want to play for Cora, so I guess that doesn't even matter. Yeah, I guess because it wouldn't be the most realistic thing in the world for a top pitcher just be like, yeah, oh yeah, like I'll sign like a deal with Colorado and I'll go there and pitch there. Wow, Cookie Carrasco's not interested in playing for Corey either. I'm kind of shocked that these guys aren't even interested in playing. Okay, Boyd there. He's there for $20 million, but I did see something who looks very nice. So Luis Severino here is here in free agency. He doesn't even want like a bunch of money, and I feel like this is just a no-brainer. We have to. Like, he looks like, yeah, he has. Of course, he had that arm injury. Was not good in 2021 or 22. Well, he was actually okay in 2021, war of like 2. Not as good this past year, but he wants like no money. And for him to be a starter, oh, he doesn't want to play for Cora. That's killer. I thought we were able to basically finesse ourselves into a quality starting pitcher right there. Kluber is here, or what used to be formerly known as Corey Kluber. Not very highly rated right there. Wow, Nola, his ratings he's been awful since this simulation started. And that's the thing, like, we have so much money left. I feel like Matt Boyd's a fly ball pitcher. I feel like we have to like try to get a starter here, because like our rotation is just awful. We got Marquez, Senzatella, this McAvin guy who's like decent. All these guys are decent, but they haven't performed. Like Rollison's been bad as a starter. Like we just don't, and we don't have anyone immediately like coming up. Oh, I forgot we do have this Nicholson guy, who could actually be our starting shortstop this year, and I think that's what we might do. Yeah, but we'd still have to move Rodgers, I think. And I actually don't know what to do with that, because I forgot we have Nicholson, because he can like play shortstop, which is good. Well, we also have Livan Soto, who probably isn't the worst. Yeah, he's a plus shortstop too. Okay, yeah. So we do have. I forgot to even look at this. Yeah, we do have like pretty major league ready guys here in Soto and Nicholson. So I think we'll actually hold off on doing any deal for Rojas. Then we'll try to get a deal for Rodgers here. So I think we just try to sign one of these starters here and just plug them in, because like, yeah, we keep. I mean, our bullpen is like good. But yeah, we need. I think we need to try to at least make a starting pitcher splash here, because we need to upgrade that so badly. And I think it's probably just gonna have to be Boyd, or at least we'll try to offer him. I mean, he's a fly ball pitcher, but I mean, I feel like ground ball pitchers haven't even had the most success with us this year. So what if we tried to get him for like 17 for every single year? And we really don't want the 6th year, but say we take that down to like 14. I mean, it's probably expensive for him, but I don't know like what else to do. Urias needs to be activated. I forgot we even had him. Although he pretty much sucks at this point, I think. So I don't think it makes much sense there. Rojas wants to resume negotiations. He's willing to do that deal that we wanted to before, but I don't think, especially with like Nicholson and those guys, that even makes sense to bring him in now. Because, like, yeah, it doesn't even make sense to bring him in because we got, like, Nicholson and we've got Soto who can come up. So it doesn't really make sense to kind of bring those guys in. All right, so it looks like we got Matthew Boyd then. We're going to lose a 3rd round pick, which I guess is whatever. But we got our guy. We got a starting pitcher here. Yeah, I mean, it's just a much needed upgrade. Like, we have to, like, go for things like this, I feel like, if we're going to even try to do anything with our pitcher and stuff. Like, I know he's a fly ball pitcher, but I mean, I just don't think that there's really anything else we could do. Like, we need to get guys and just see what works at this point, because, well, like, Marquez, he's a ground ball pitcher and he's been with us and he had that, like, good year last year. It was just terrible this year. Now and that's another kind of facet to kind of the Rodgers thing. Like, he's not a good defender, and that probably, well, I mean, not probably, it definitely does hurt our infield defense, because, like, he was awful defensively at shortstop this year. So, like, that definitely hurts our ground ball pitchers, who, they're out there inducing ground balls, and then we just start fielding kind of a bad infield defense, which, we definitely just don't want to do. And then here we're coming up on the Rule 5 draft. And after the Rule 5 draft here, I think I'm going to be looking to move either Rodgers or Downs to kind of solve that shortstop problem. And maybe even go after Rojas. I mean, we'll have Nicholson and Soto, but, I figure they play over Rojas, and we at least need a shortstop to start the season with. So actually, we'll look at who's in the Rule 5 draft pool, see if there's a shortstop that we'd want to bring in there. Albuquerque and Hartford are 2 top minor league systems or minor league teams here. Do we have anyone here who's, what did I just say, Albuquerque and Hartford? Albuquerque's right here. Yeah, no guys who I'd want to pop onto the 40-man here. I'd assume Soto would possibly be in here, and I don't see him immediately. Yep, there he is. And we'll pop him on the 40-man here. So he's on there. Grant Levine, we'll also pop him on, just because he's a pretty decent bat, and I'd want to keep him around, or at least wouldn't want to lose him. And Blandine, I don't think he's going to get taken, so we just won't do anything with him. Then we'll go ahead here in the Rule 5 draft and see what we can pick up. Picking 10th. So auto pick into our next pick. Will Etheridge. Oof. Yeah, I forgot about that guy. Yeah. Not the best, but I mean, I don't really know what I was going to do with him anyway. And then some high potential guys here for sure. I mean, this guy has only played in A-ball. Well, this guy's played in Double-A. This catcher, Haribo Hernandez, or I'm not quite sure how you play it. Not a good defensive catcher. I'm not sure where he would play. Mateo Gil here is an interesting guy. Hasn't really played above high A though. Definitely an interesting player. Don't think I want to take him quite yet. This Nick Schnell guy, I mean, we don't have room for another corner outfielder on our team, and don't know how really those guys would pan out here. Roberto Alvarez, Parker Meadows here. Yeah, I mean, I just don't. Oh yeah, that's right. I did want to bring in defensive center fielder. But definitely won't be any of those guys. Like Parker Meadows wouldn't really be able to contribute on our team, I don't think. Or it would probably play a lot of other guys over him. Luther Fox is here. So Alonzo. That guy is definitely pretty decent. Yeah, so that's... Oops. Waiver wire. Huh? Well, while we're here, anyone decent here? Nope. So yeah, we'll go in the free agents here. And we'll actually, yeah, we'll look to bring in both Rojas and Oh yeah, center fielder. Okay, he'll do that, which is decent. I feel like we could pretty easily move him. I mean, he's a good defensive shortstop at the least, so there's always would be a market for him, I think. And then we'll go here and look at center fielders. Ian Happ is available here. Wow, his career's already kind of gone downhill. If you watch the Tigers years, you definitely know that he was pretty good for us here. We'll go by fielding ratings. Yeah, he was pretty good for us as like a veteran piece. That's Billy Hamilton's here. I mean, we could. We definitely could. He wasn't even that fantastic defensively, though. Yeah, I mean, this guy can't play. And all these other guys here look like they... Yeah, I mean, these guys that are left here, I wish I could see... Okay, I guess this is kind of better. Tanner English. I think we honestly... Ooh, this Michael Getty's guy. He's got no hustle. Ooh, Kevin Kiermaier's here. What the heck? Can you still play center field, though? Kinda-ish. Not very good last year. Decent the year before, though. I think I'd rather have him than Billy Hamilton. Our head scout doesn't have the highest kind of rating on him, and neither does OSA. I think we do this because we have too many outfielders as it is, and Lowe is kind of serviceable in center field. I think he wasn't the worst, and we do have Bishop. Yeah, Lowe. Yeah, he was -3. I mean, he wasn't terrible. And Bishop, I mean, his ratings are good. He should be a good defensive center fielder, or at least an above average center fielder. Then who else did we have play center field last year? Trammell, who was bad. I mean, he wasn't even that bad. He didn't play that much center field. And who else do we have? We had Garrett Hampson play, which I don't know where he is. He's here. Yeah, I mean, he's an infielder. He's played lots of center field for us. What about last year? Oh, no, that's this year. Yeah, last year, I mean, yeah, center field's not as much of a concern because, Bishop can at least run a little bit. Pretty sure Lowe can run. Yeah, these guys can run, and, his outfield range isn't, the worst. His center field rating is not that high, but hey, we can stick him here. Rodgers actually was just absolutely terrible defensively. And who is the better offensive player? I forget. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was definitely Downs. Oh no, it was definitely Rodgers. But I think I'd rather have Downs' offensive ratings. Yeah, I think he's a high work ethic, high greed guy. Yeah, I'd definitely rather have Downs, and we'll keep him and we'll play him at second base, and then we'll look to move Rodgers here. Yeah, we'll sim until we get Rojas kind of secured, and then I think we'll look to move Rodgers. Kiermaier, we scouted him. Yeah, he's about what our scout said. Just kind of bringing him in as a, does he have anything left here, guy?